Okay, so today we are continuing to work with slope. Yesterday we also worked with slope. So yesterday we did slope from a graph. When we did slope from a graph, it was rise over run. And then we did slope from a table. When we did slope from a table, it was our change in y values over change in x values. Today we are adding a third definition, formula, fraction for slope, and that is slope from 2 points. So when we say 2 points, we mean 2 ordered pairs. So if we have 2 ordered pairs, this is the formula that we are going to use to find slope. And so this one's just a formula, and you plug in x and y every time, and it always works. Your formula is y2 minus y1 on top. So you're going to write a y with a little 2 next to it minus y1. So y's go on top. And then on bottom, it is x2 minus x1. So what that means is it's x and y from the first and the second ordered pair. Thank you. So right there below that, it says, hint, label the x's and y's in your 2 ordered pairs. So your first ordered pair is going to be x and y, and it's going to be x1 and y1 because it's from the first ordered pair. Your second ordered pair, x and y, x2, y2, because it's from the second ordered pair. So if we label our points like that, then we just plug them in, and our formula should always work. The reason why this formula works is y2 minus y1 is just the change in y values. It's the second y value minus the first y value, so that's the difference in your y values. And then the bottom, x2 minus x1, is just the difference in your x values. So for the first 2, we are going to use the formula. Then for the last 2, we are going to use the formula, and I'm going to show it to you on a graph, because on your assignment, I'm going to make you do some with the formula, but I'm going to let you choose on some of them whether you do it with the formula or with a graph, because they both work. So on the first 2, we're going to start by labeling our points. Our first one, we're going to label it x and y. I'm going to just do it right above, and then I'm going to put 1s with that. So that's x1 and y1. Then my second ordered pair, I'm going to label it x and y again, but these are from the second ordered pair. So that's x2 and y2. And I'm going to zoom into that now that I'm just working on this problem. The y look more like a y. Okay. Then I'm going to, and you don't have to do this, but I'm going to rewrite my formula right here. Since I'm so zoomed in, you can't see my formula. So my formula is y2 minus y1 on top over x2 minus x1 on bottom. So we have to just figure out where those 4 numbers go. So y2 is the y for our second ordered pair, so that is this 3. So on top, I'm going to have 3 minus y1 is the y from my first ordered pair, so that is 1. So on top, I have 3 minus 1. And then on bottom, I do x2 minus x1. So x2 is 5 minus x1 is 2. So 3 minus 1 on top, 5 minus 2 on bottom. So it's y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Any questions as to where I've plugged in those 4 numbers? Okay. Then we just do the math. So on top we have 3 minus 1, which is 2. On bottom we have 5 minus 2, which is 3. And so then now our slope is 2 over 3. If we could simplify that at all, we would need to. This one can't simplify at all, so our answer is just 2 over 3. That's our final answer. Okay. Any questions about that one? Hey, moving over to our next one then. So our next one is negative 1, 2. So that is going to be x and y from my first ordered pair. I'm going to label those. And then 3, negative 4 is going to be x and y from my second ordered pair. My biggest piece of advice to you for the day is going to be to always label your points, because then you'll always know you can just match them up with where they go. I'm going to rewrite my formula again. It's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then we can just plug things in. So let's, on this one, I want you guys to tell me what the points are. So what is y2? Negative 4. Thank you. Minus, what is my y1? 2. Okay, so it's negative 4 and 2. That's always minus. The formula has a minus in it. And then on bottom, what is my x2? 3 minus, what is my x1? Negative 1. So 3 minus negative 1. Awesome. Okay. From there, we just have to do the math. Negative 4 minus 2 on top is negative 6. Thank you. And then on bottom, 3 minus negative 1. Subtracting a negative is the same as adding. So 3 minus negative 1 means the same thing as 3 plus 1, which is 4. And I've got negative 6 over 4. Okay. Then from there, I'm done finding my slope, but I have to see if I need to simplify it. Is there anything I can divide both 6 and 4 by?
Why you can divide 6 by 4?
You can divide them both by 2 and get even answers. So negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So that would be us simplifying our fraction. So to simplify a fraction, you see if there's anything that you can divide both the top and the bottom of your fraction by evenly. So we've got negative 3 over 2. Hey, any questions about the slope formula right now? Okay. The slope formula is something that you need to know how to use, but we're going to show you another way you could do these problems. On your assignment, on the front side, you have to use the slope formula for these 6. And then on the back side, you get to pick whether you use the slope formula or you do the graph. And for a lot of us, we're actually getting our graphing points mixed up. So honestly, the slope formula might be a better bet. So moving down, I'm going to look at my next one. I am going to do it first with the slope formula, and then I'll show it to you on the graph. So with the slope formula, it's going to be y2 minus y1. So we'll go ahead and label those again. So x and y1, x and y2s. My formula is still always the same. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Y2 is negative 2. Minus my y1 is 4. It's negative 2 minus 4 on top. And then on bottom, x2 minus x1 is 6 minus negative 2. On top, negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. And 6 minus negative 2 is the same thing as 6 plus 2, so that's 8. What can we divide both 6 and 8 by? 2. So negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. So my answer here is negative 3/4. So on your assignment, on the back side, you will get to choose. You can do what we just did, this method, or you can do it on your graph. So before we go do it on a graph, does anyone have any questions about what we just did? Okay, so now we're going to put it on a graph. So how we would do it on a graph is we would graph those two ordered pairs. So negative 2, 4, we would go left 2, up 4, put a dot. And then 6, negative 2, we would go right 6, down 2, put a dot. Then we can connect them. And then we would count it just like how we counted it yesterday. So we would look at this line and automatically say it has a negative slope. We could go down and to the right. It's kind of far away to have to count. So we would count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have negative 6 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we would have negative 6 over 8. What can we divide 6 and 8 both by? 2. So negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I just did the problem twice and I got the same answer. Why did I get the same answer? Because I did them both right. It's the same problem. So whether you do it with the formula or with the graph, you're going to get the same answer. Any questions right now? We've got one more that we're going to do in both ways, and then we'll be done with notes for today, and you guys will be able to work on your assignment. Any questions right now?
So on the assignment, you said there's 2 ways to do it.
Yes.
Do you pick one or do you go for each
You can do one or the other
one? Okay.
on the assignment. Yep. I'm just showing you both ways in the notes because I don't know which one you're going to prefer. What's up?
When you're done with this, another one, can you pull
Yeah.
the top?
Yeah, I will. All right. Last one. We're going to do this one with the formula first as well. So we've got x and y from our first ordered pair. And then we've got x and y from our second ordered pair. Our formula is always the same. y2 minus y1. What do you guys need? Over x2 minus x1. On the top, what is y2? 4. Minus, what's my y1 value? 4. So I've got 4 minus 4 on top. And then on bottom, what is my x2 value? X2 is 3. Good job. Minus negative 1. So it's 3 minus negative 1. Yeah, because x1 is negative. And then solving that out, 4 minus 4 on top is 0.
3 minus 1, negative 1 is negative 2.
3 minus negative 1 is the same as 3 plus 1. Because minus and negative, taking away a bad thing is the same as adding a positive thing. So 3 minus negative 1 is the same as 3 plus 1. So it's 4. But what's 0 divided by 4? 0. So our answer on this one is just 0. Okay, then we can go to graph it. So to graph it, we would graph a point at -1, 4. So you go left 1, up 4. And then we graph another point at 3, 4. So right 3, up 4. Once I connect those, I can automatically see what's the slope of this line. 0, because it's just a flat line. So my answer on this one, whether you do it with the formula or with the graph, is always going to be 0. Okay, any questions right now? I'm going to stop.